Hi, guys.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, hi everybody.
We're back with Lunch Bytes. This is the live YouTube version of the podcast, the Website 101 podcast. We are your hosts, Mike Mella.
Sean
Amanda,
Smith.
hi.
I'm just hoping somebody would jump in.
I know
Sorry,
somebody else jumped in.
I should have planned that in
To-
advance.
totally unrehearsed.
Yeah,
You can tell.
Well,
that's right.
I'm back after missing 2 episodes of the actual podcast, so happy to be here, and I don't intend to miss any more.
Welcome back.
Well, we're glad to have you back. Yeah, it's not the same without you because we don't know what we're doing. Yeah, we actually released an episode of the actual podcast this week about shortcuts in computers, basically. And it was just me and Amanda, but it was pretty cool. It was a good episode.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
like
have it?
listening to it.
Yeah, you checked it out.
And
So
then
how's everybody?
wait, hold on though, because
Sorry.
I love that we were talking about the episode on Slack, and Sean, as we just said, he unfortunately missed the recording. And after the fact, because we've still made Sean go listen to it to put in all of the show notes.
Show notes.
And then Sean came back with like 3 or 4 other really good shortcuts
Oh,
that would
yeah,
have
that's
been
right.
really useful to include.
Yeah,
So
right.
yes, we definitely miss Sean.
Yeah, one of the ones that I wanted to mention, and I'm just going to do one, is that if you're tabbing through a form and you come with a checkbox or a radio, you hit the space key, and that will select the checkbox or the radio.
Yep.
So, and the
That's a good
tab
call.
key is your friend everywhere on the internet. Just lets you move through everything everything that's focusable. Yes, I'm a little sick. Sorry.
Sean,
I'm
at
glad
the
you're
end
at
of the
home.
yeah, at the end of the episode, we had asked for listeners to submit, their shortcuts. Maybe you should hop onto social media and like find our podcast and respond with your shortcuts as if you're a listener. Because
Oh,
you were
shit,
this
that would
week.
be fun.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
So how is everybody? Amanda, I know you've got the job. You teach and do other stuff as well. But do you guys find that, like, because of where Christmas falls this year, there's like this huge break. There's like a 2-week break, pretty much, that all my clients are taking.
It's closer to
and
3 weeks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're basically ramping down right now, and there's still another, like this is the end of this week, and then they're gonna be off. A lot of them are gonna be closed next week and the week after. So I'm finding like it's kind of slow around here. Is it slow for you guys or no?
Yeah, it's slow. And I had a meeting with a client yesterday, and they have this big project to do. And I said, like, I could start it this week, but there's no chance that I'm going to finish it. And I don't want to come back with 10 or 15% done and not remember everything. Is it okay if we wait till January? And they're like, yeah, okay. So it wasn't a high priority, but so basically I did the same thing just to make my life a little bit easier and kind of let me ramp down right now along with everybody else.
Yeah,
Well, we were talking about that in one of the episodes or a previous lunch bite about how just December doesn't really exist.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, I'm supposed to be gathering some content from not users, stakeholders for a particular project, and a lot of them have been kind of saying, well, maybe it might have to wait till January. And I'm kind of like, all right, that's fine. I'll move on to other stuff, I guess. But yeah, it happens every year for me anyway. December is nothing.
Yeah,
It does.
December is absolutely nothing, and the summer is a little bit slow in my experience because lots of people are on vacation.
That's true.
Well, when like 100 years ago, when I worked in an office, because December doesn't exist and so many people want to take the time off to be with their families and stuff. When I was like single and before I had a kid and I'm living in a different city from like my parents and my sister, I would still go into the office on all of the days during the holidays because no one was there. No, nothing was ever getting assigned. It was like, why would I waste vacation days on just free days? We would show up, like me and 3 other people would show up late, go out for a long, possibly liquid lunch,
Yep.
mess around a bit in the afternoon and then leave kind of early. But we were there. We were at the office. It was a full work day.
Yeah, that's nice. That's smart. Smart way to do it.
Yeah, the last office job I had, they always took a week or 10 days around Christmas, depending on when their Christmas holiday actually fell. So that was nice. And in addition to my regular corporate holidays, I got an extra week or two at Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have something was going to kind of share briefly. I got an email this morning that one of the software packages that I use regularly, an app, has been acquired by another company. And I
You
actually
know what?
mentioned the app just on the last podcast. It's called GQs, and it's my to-do list app. But man, I'm heavily into like to-do list productivity and stuff. And this is what I use to do it. And they sent an email and they said, "Hey, we've been acquired by Boomerang. Do you guys know what Boomerang is?"
I have heard of one time a long time ago, but I don't know much about them. And I got the same email you did, but I stopped using GQs a couple years ago, so I'm
Yeah.
still on their mailing list.
Yeah. Well, Boomerang, you may have heard about that from me because I used it one time years ago and then I stopped. Basically, at that time, what it was when you use Gmail, when an email comes in, you can hit the Boomerang button and pick a date and it goes away and comes back on that date. It's the new, Google has this feature now. It's called Snooze. And you can just make your email come back to you at a later date. It's a way to turn an email into a reminder or something like that, right?
Oh, interesting.
So Boomerang did that, and then Google ripped it off or whatever, built the same thing in. So I just was like, oh, I guess I don't need that plugin anymore. But apparently they still exist, and they do a bunch of other stuff with like meeting management and stuff like that. And they've now acquired GQs, which is along the same lines, managing tasks through Google's ecosystem. Now, it's the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I wonder how you guys, if you have any input about the first thing I thought of, because they said in the email, they said nothing's changing. Like all the team is
Always
still
say
here.
that when they get acquired.
They said they claim that everyone who works there still works there. The main dude is still running it from within, he's an employee of Boomerang, I suppose, or something like that now. Everything's the same. But I had this sinking feeling when I first read it because I'm like, something is going to change. They're going to ruin this app. I'm going to have to, because I've been using it for years and I have a lot of tasks in there that are archived that I don't think I'd necessarily want to lose. So it made me kind of afraid about what might happen when they get acquired by this other company. Any experience with that from you two, or any opinions about I should be afraid, right? I should be very afraid.
I don't know
History
about being
says.
afraid, but I would be cautious or looking at
Yeah.
options just in case things change. And they may not change for a few months or they may not change at all.
Presumably,
But it'll take a while for the two cultures to merge and for them to decide which one's going to be dominant. Yeah, we purchased you, but maybe you should control this. I don't know anything about it. I just know anytime a service I've used has been acquired, and I can't think of specific examples right now, I've always been worried, just like you are. Like
Figma.
they're going to screw it up somehow.
Figma. When it
Figma.
was acquired by Adobe.
yeah.
And
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
everything was the same for a little bit, but now
Yeah.
it's
Adobe
now-
acquired Dreamweaver also way back in the day.
yeah, but more recently, and they changed a bunch of things about it that now you have to have like the paid account in order to get like the code tab, and it's not cheap. And
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that it's a service. I think we talked about this a little bit before too. It's like I am very pro capitalism and I'm very pro get your money, but at the same time, it's like if this I don't like paying for stuff, and so if I can
Yeah.
get a free service, I'm going to use a free service. And then suddenly, when it stops working or they want me to start paying for it, I get unreasonably angry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's death by subscription.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and my Sean, what you alluded to is my biggest concern right now is that if they're being acquired, then that acquiring company obviously has some ideas of how they can work it into what they're doing. So something is going to change. Like it doesn't even make sense for them to keep it exactly the way it is, I don't think.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Or they'll start having tiers, where it's like at the free
Yeah.
level you only have this functionality, and then at the higher level that you've got to pay for, you're going to get a bunch of features that you don't care about, you don't want, you're not going to use, but also the
Yeah.
ones that you've been used to using for so many
And
years.
with my luck, if I was using it, it would be the one key feature to how I use it would be in the top level tier. It
Yeah.
costs me an extra $25 a month or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this app is actually very affordable. I think it's $25 a year is what I pay.
that's
so
super
it's
affordable.
very, and
Wait,
I
that's
am
what you pay
concerned
now?
that yeah, yeah.
That's going up.
I know. 99 bucks a
Sir,
year or something.
Can,
I don't
can
know.
you purchase multiple years up front?
Yeah, I should look into that. Yeah,
10
lifetime
years.
membership.
Which
Yeah.
is the first thing they turned off.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny how often now every app I use has an AI component, but they all charge for the AI. The number of times it says I'm prompted to like say, hey, ask AI this, we'll fix, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. I should ask whatever in Notion. How many times has this person asked me this thing in all of my archives of notes or whatever? And I go to ask AI and it says, oh, this is a pro feature. You're going to have to upgrade to pro. And okay, well, I'm not, they want me to use AI, but they want me to pay for AI. And it's all these different apps. Like I do pay for AI in the form of, Cursor or the code editor that I use. I go, you guys use Copilot, but I can't pay for AI everywhere.
Yeah.
I can't be paying, anyway, that's very frustrating. Everybody wants their clause in the AI world. And, pay us for it.
Death by
We'll give you AI.
subscription. I can pay my rent or I can have all of my subscriptions.
You know what I did recently is I made a spreadsheet. I don't know, maybe I should have had this already, but I have a spreadsheet where I list all of the things I'm paying for, like all of the work-related software and the price and whether it's yearly or monthly and how, like what date it gets charged on, whether it's related to a client thing specifically, like hosting or something like that. Anyway, I can't wait to find out how much money I'm paying every year on software because it's going to be a revelation, I think.
It adds up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to bring up is I told you guys this before the call is I recently got a COVID shot and I had to fill out a form at the pharmacy to say, if I'm sick or whatever. And I just wanted to quickly show you this form because the second I saw it, I was like, what? So who designed this? Because I feel like in another life, I'd love to be a UX guy in real life, not on computers, like stuff like this, like a form, a physical form someone has to write on, like it could be designed better, like airline tickets, like the fact that it's hard to find out what gate you go to because it's all buried in this stupid, mess of information you don't need. I don't know if you've ever looked closely at an airline ticket, but anyway, let me share this real quick if I can figure out how to share on this thing.
There's icons in the bottom of the browser window, and you're looking for this rectangle with the arrow
Yeah,
pointing up.
you can only do the whole screen.
Oh.
You should
Doesn't
be able
let
to
you pick a window?
share a particular window.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, here we go. Okay. Have a look at this. So, sorry. So, can you guys see this up here?
Yep.
Yep. Last name, first name.
Like, look at these stickers, and all this is horizontal. I would have made this a list, a vertical list. And then down here, do you have any symptoms? And then over on the right, if yes, please provide details. But then look at this. Are you or could you be pregnant? Yes or no? If yes, please provide details. Like, and then there's not really any space to write the details.
Yeah, because all the space is used up by the text that it's telling you what to do.
Yeah.
And then look at
Please
the
provide
like,
details. Reverse cowgirl. A minute and a half.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And
Yeah.
then-
Anyway, this kind of stuff drives me crazy, and I was just like, whatever. I'll fill out whatever you want me to fill out, but I'm not going to be happy about it. So I would love to, if I ever get a chance, just redesign the way people interact with anything in real life. I think there's always that thing that, you ever see that meme of like a sidewalk that turns at a right angle and then someone like wears a path that goes from, that cuts the
grass?
corner. Yeah. And it says like, this is what is it? This is usability. How does it go? This is user experience. This is user design. Something like that points to each one.
I haven't seen it, but I know exactly what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people will form their own best way to do something. So just build it that way in advance. Don't try to do something different that people aren't going to want,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. So now I try to do it on the web.
That's good of you. I wish that everybody sort of followed that. I'm having a problem lately with, and it's happening with a couple of clients, where their administrative process is just taking up more and more and more time.
Yeah.
Like they want me to, I track my hours myself, but then they want a weekly email with the hours and with the stuff that I did. And then they sent me a link to this online thing to track my hours there, but I can't add any description of what I did. It's just like adding the actual hours on each day. And then I have to send them an invoice, but then also monthly send this, like submit all of these hours on the software, but I have to attach my invoice, even though I've emailed my invoice to someone. And it's not, and like I said, it seems to be like a couple of clients lately.
Okay,
I understand.
I got an idea for this. You need to add a line item to your invoice. Time managing my time.
Administration.
Because it's at least, this sounds like it's going to be at least an hour of your time every month, minimum, maybe two. I would bill them the $130, $150 that you charge an hour. I don't know what it is, but bill them for the time that you're billing them.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
It's the only way to do it.
It's funny. I heard a podcast this morning, about a sort of a time management guru type person, whatever, who wrote a bunch of books about it. And she said that for the past 9 years, every day, she records what she does all day. Like she writes down for every hour what she did. I made breakfast here. I walked the dog here, whatever. And I guess it's a way to, whatever, it helps you know where you're wasting your time. But that's the first thing I thought of is like, man, that's very time consuming, writing that stuff down. Like that's adding a whole bunch of time to your life, just recording that stuff. I'm sure it's a good idea, but I don't know, not terribly practical.
I hope that she's recording that time as well.
Yeah, exactly. Spent an hour writing all this stuff down.
Yeah, but does it really take an hour?
I mean,
I'm sure it adds up, but
Well, you have to manage your hours into the special app once a week. That's at least 5 minutes a week. That's 20 minutes right there. Then they want you to invoice them and then separately attach it to another invoice and then also like track it in like 7 different places. It's adding up and it's a pain in the ass. They should be billed for that. They should be billed the pain in the ass tax of 3,000%.
Is that your tax? 3,000%?
I just picked a number. I'm cranky because I'm sick.
Okay. Well, you're sick. Should we wrap it up? Yep.
I think so. Sean, plenty of fluids.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Some rest.
I commend you for coming out today, even though you're sick.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining today.
I missed 2 recordings. I had to at least show up today.
Yeah. Hey, friends, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hope Santa brings you everything that's on your list.
Yeah, and the next scheduled one of these is supposed to be on January 1st. It's not going to be probably. It'll be the following one. So we're going to be away for like a month of this.
Yes. So it'll be the next Lunch Bites will be on Wednesday, January the 15th.
There you go. And are we planning to put out an episode between now and then, an actual podcast episode? I suppose we'd try maybe.
I think we should try.
Okay, well, stay tuned for that,
we should try.
listeners. Yeah. Make sure you're subscribed. Website101podcast.com.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Let me
Bye.
fire up the music here.
Yeah.
There we go.
So professional today.
Bye.